Well, good morning, everyone. So today we will discuss about the file concept, about files, how we are going to deal with the files, how to write the contents to the file, and how to read the contents from a file. So this topic is very essential because if you want to store the data, or if you want to send the data from one system to another system, or from one place to another place, and if you want to store the data, you need to write the data to the files here. So here we will discuss today what is a file and how actually we are going to write the contents to a file, and how we are going to read the contents from a file. So it may took two classes. Today we will discuss some portion of it, and tomorrow we will conclude the topic. Okay. So first, uh, I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay. No.
Yes, sir.
Now, files input output. All input output operations are carried out using functions from the C standard library. So any input output operations are carried out from the C standard library there, because you see right from the first program we are in using functions to read input and also to display the output, to write the output, to read input as well as to write the output there. So likewise, to perform the input output operations in C language, so we have number of functions which are coming from the C standard library. And this IO, the input output, is unique. Why we are calling it as unique? Because data may be transferred in its internal binary representation, or in a human readable text format, making it easy to create files to fit for any need. So what you can do here is you can transfer the data directly into its internal binary format, means directly in the form of ones and zeros. You can directly transfer the data, or human readable text format. You can write the data in a human readable text format. Here you need to understand the difference between what is this binary representation and also the human readable text format. See, could you please mute
Mute.
yourself? Those who are attending, I request you people to uh,
Nandini,
Suresh,
speak something.
Nandini, okay, Surya Sai also. Could you please mute yourself, Amma, so that we don't have any disturbance. Okay, anyhow, okay, let me continue. So now the input output operations. So what is this binary representation or human readable text format here? So binary representation is directly in the form of ones and zeros. It means continuous ones and zeros will be transferring from the file or to the file there. Human readable text format, in the sense, for example, see, there may be some compilers which may be using 2 bytes of data to store the textual character data, 2 bytes to store the character data. So in human readable text format, 2 bytes will be transferred to a file at once, and 2 bytes will be read from the file at once there. Whereas in case of binary representation, directly ones and zeros will be transferred there. Of course, there also internally the data is stored in the form of ones and zeros, and here also the data is stored in the form of ones and zeros internally, but output representation will be in the character format only. Okay, so now to carry out any input output operation in the files, we need to have a stream. What is this stream here? A stream is actually the continuous flow of bytes here. The input output system in C provides an interface to the user. Interface is the one which we are going to interact. Okay, this interface is independent of actual device is been accessed. Whatever the device which are accessing, that is independent of this interface. Means for any kind of device which you are using, you will use the same interface. And this interface is not actually a file, but an abstract representation of the device. So whatever the device which you are using, it's abstract representation. And it is called as a stream, and the actual device where actually the content is stored is called as a file there. Okay, so what does it mean? So let me explain you with an example. So see here, so data source is there. One data source is there. So from a data source, a continuous bytes are transferred from the data source to the program. So these are actually transferred to the program in the form of a stream. So the data source can be a file which is stored, a document which is stored on the hard disk, or it may be something which is stored on in some device, or any device, or it may be coming from another terminal, means from another system it may be coming here. See, how I can explain you clearly this particular concept here is, see, you are using different kinds of devices to store the data. Not all devices will use the same kind of methodology, which is methodology to store the data. Like if you are using some compact disk, a DVD drive there, so a laser beam will be writing the contents onto the on that CD or DVD there. Whereas if you are using it from the hard disk, a magnetic material, the magnetic coated material will be there, and there the data is be stored. So the pen drive will be different. So whatever may be the data source, it may be a pen drive, it may be a hard disk, or it may be a floppy disk, or it may be a CD drive, or it may be another terminal from which the data source is coming. But whatever you are using, the interface is same, the file looks as same there. So that actually, that interface, the abstract representation of the device, is actually called as a stream, and actual device from where the data is read is called as a file there. So you're going to read the data into a program via a stream. Okay, now another point here is, likewise we are having, see here, and uh, uh, this particular stream which is coming from the data source to a program is called as an input stream. So anything which is coming into the program is called as an input stream. And what happens here is, when the program wants to send the data to a destination, so it is going to use another stream which will be generally the output stream. And this is also the abstract representation of the device, irrespective of any device. Okay, the same stream is being used. So the data destination may be again an hard disk, the data destination may be a printer, the data destination may be another terminal or another computer, to which the program is sending the data there. So this is actually called as an output stream there. So a combined figure will explain you much better here. See, from the data store through via an input stream, the stream of bits will be coming to the program. Okay, and from the program, a stream of bits will be going out to the data destination. So this actually, the two streams are required. Okay, two streams are required. Uh, um, One is an input stream which brings the data to the program, and one is an output stream which is going to the means out of the program to the destination device here. So these streams are of two types now: the text stream and a binary stream. What is this text stream? It is a sequence of characters which can be organized into lines terminated by new line character. See here, it is a sequence of characters which can be organized into lines terminated by new line character. Means here in the textual stream, the characters are taken, and again, so they are terminated by new line character. Okay, so how can I explain you? So see, this is a beautiful example which you can do. I have taken a Word document here, Word document, and I have started typing. So this, so we are discussing today file concepts in C language. See here, automatically this particular stream. See here after coming to the end of the line, so it is coming to the next line, means it is terminated by new line character automatically. So this Word document, MS Word, is using a textual stream here, textual stream, where it is terminated by new line character automatically when it is displaying. Whereas uh, I will explain you, right? No. Whereas, see, I will go to the notepad. We go to the notepad. So this is the notepad here. Now I started typing the same content here, something I'm typing. So here what happens, see, it is going so on. It is not coming to the next line. So now if I press enter, see, I'm pressing enter here. So I pressed enter. Now it comes to the next line and it is starting. Now this is an binary stream here where the sequence of characters are taken one to one. So one to one characters have been taken here. Okay. So this, of course, this notepad is having a option called word wrap, which will actually, when used, it will display according to the screen. According to the screen, it is displayed. See here. Okay. Whereas in MS Word, see, the line is there, but it is hiding behind the screen there. Means at the end of the document, new line character is automatically generated and it is coming to the next line in case of Word document. In case of notepad, because I have given the word wrap, actually new line character is not generated. As per the screen, it is actually displaying the content here. But to be more correct, if I remove the word wrap here, now see, it is hidden because I have not given the new line character. It is hidden. Got it? So these are the best examples to explain you two types of streams, the character streams and the binary streams there. So of course, both will say actually read the content and it will save in the program. But the only thing here to observe here is the textual stream actually specifies a sequence of characters which can be organized into lines terminated by new line character. And binary stream is a sequence of bytes with one-to-one correspondence. So whatever we are giving, so same to same content will be stored on the external devices there. And the file can be anything from a device file to a terminal or a printer. So it may be an hard disk, it may be a floppy drive, it may be a pen drive, or it may be a terminal in the sense another computer, it may be another device, or it may be a printer. And a file can be associated with performing an open operation. So whenever you want to perform any operation to a file, you should have an open operation, because to work on a file you need to open it. And once the once actually the operation has been completed, so which should be dissociated with the stream to close the operation. So I need to have a close operation. So to open any file, to work on any file, first it needs to be opened. Once it is opened, you can work on that file. And once it is been finished, what you have to do, you have to just simply close that file. So just as to summarize what we had discussed in the last 15 minutes, so just let me tell you once again that all the input-output operations are carried out in C language using the IO functions. Because why the input-output operations here? They are unique. The reason here is the data is transferred in internal binary representation or a human-readable textual format. And we have a stream actually. The stream actually provides an abstract representation of the device which we are accessing. And whenever you want to work with a program, whenever you want to work with a file, so you need to open a stream, whether it may be an input stream or an output stream. and using this input and output stream, you are going to write the contents to a file, and you are going to read the contents to a file. And we are going to use two types of streams here, a textual stream and a binary stream. The textual stream actually is organized into lines terminated by new line character, and a binary stream is a sequence of bytes with one-to-one correspondence with its external devices. And file is the one which is the actual device which you are accessing. Okay, so now any doubts?
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Now, see, the next thing here is what type of basic functions you are going to perform on a file here. So, some basic functions which we can perform on a file here is, now before going to this, I would like you people to answer this question. So, see, generally, what we can do here is we can write a program. Uh, uh, in which we can read the contents from a file. Already a file is there. I just want to read the contents from that file. So what will be it? Input or output? I repeat the question more clearly. We have a file. The contents of that file we are going to read into the program. Is it an input or an output?
Input, sir.
Okay, input.
Yeah.
Okay, now from a program, you are going to write the contents to a file. What is it? Input or output? ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ నుంచి నేను కొంత కంటెంట్స్ ని రైట్ చేయాలి, హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉన్న ఫైల్ మీద రైట్ చేయాలి. అది ఇన్పుట్
ఇన్పుట్ సార్. ఇన్పుట్ సార్.
ఇన్పుట్ ఏంటి? రైట్ చేయడం.
ఎస్ సార్.
ఓకే, సో ఆల్రెడీ ఆ ఫైల్ అన్నది హార్డ్ డిస్క్ మీద ఉంది, దాన్ని నేను ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోకి రీడ్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు అది ఇన్పుట్ అవుతుందా, అవుట్పుట్ అవుతుందా?
హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లోంచి తీయాలి అంటే అవుట్పుట్.
అమ్మా
అవుట్పుట్
సార్.
ఇన్పుట్ అవుట్పుట్?
అవుట్పుట్ సార్.
అవుట్పుట్ అంటే హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో నుంచి బయటికి తీయాలి అన్నప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్. హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లోకి రైట్ చేయాలంటే ఇన్పుట్. Okay, that is Tapil's answer. Any other answer? See, you need to participate in the discussion now. I repeat the question. I just want to write the contents to a file. ఒక ఫైల్ లోకి కంటెంట్స్ ని ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా రైట్ చేయాలి. అది హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉంది అనుకుందాం. హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉన్న మీన్స్ హార్డ్ డిస్క్ కి ఒక ఫైల్లో కంటెంట్స్ ని నేను ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా రాయాలి. సో అది ఇన్పుట్ అవుట్పుట్? Come on, respond.
Input, sir.
Input. Okay, Manju. Input. Okay. So హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉన్న కంటెంట్స్ నుంచి, హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఉన్న ఒక ఫైల్ లో ఉన్న కంటెంట్ ని నేను ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోకి రీడ్ చేయాలి.
Input, sir.
To read, it will be input, sir.
Input, sir.
రైట్. మరి రెండు ఇన్పుటే.
అంటే మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోకి అది రైట్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ఇన్పుట్ అసలు అవుతుంది.
ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోకి రైట్ చేయట్లేదు, ప్రోగ్రామే రైట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ప్రోగ్రామే హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లోకి రైట్ చేస్తుంది. Come on.
Output, sir.
Okay, Manju, you say that whatever through a program, if they are writing onto the hard disk, it will be input.
Output, sir.
Output. Program loki read cheste?
Input, sir.
Okay. Tapil, it is contradicting your answer.
Sir,
Manju's answer is reverse to your answer.
మీ
Okay.
డిసిషన్ చెప్పండి సార్.
Of course, I am here to tell you. Now, see, this is very basic confusion for most of the students here. If it is a classroom, we might have enjoyed this particular question a lot, but I am missing you all here because I am just missing your face expressions actually, especially. Okay. Anyhow, let me tell you, see, one basic thing you remember. Basic thing you remember. See, very clearly I'm mentioning, just listen very carefully. Anything which is coming into the program, anything which is coming into the program లోపలికి వచ్చేది, program అంటే if you are reading, program లోపలికి వస్తుందంటే program is reading here. So anything which is read into the program will be input. Whether you are reading it from a keyboard, whether you are reading it from a file which is already there on the hard disk, whether you are reading the content from any other terminal, if it is coming to the program, it will be input. Okay, now anything which is going out of the program, anything which is going out of the program, like means if you are writing the contents to a file, means whether you are writing it to a hard disk, whether you are writing writing to a printer, whether you are sending it to some other device, because it is coming out of the program, it will be output. That is thing which you need to remember very, very carefully. Anything from any data source, if it is coming to the program, it will be an input stream. Okay, it will be an input to the program. The data source can be a keyboard, the data source can be a file which is already there on the hard disk, the data source may be a terminal. Okay, once it is have come to the program, now if it is going out of the program, if it is going out of the program, then it is actually the output here. So it may be directing to the printer, it may be directing to a hard disk, or it may be directing to a terminal. Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now, see, we are going to use many basic file functions many basic file functions here. So, which can be used to write the contents to a program and to read the contents from read the contents to a file through a program and to read the contents from a file into a program. So first, whatever I will just briefly explain this again, and later on we will discuss each and every function in detail. So we have an fopen function and fclose function. Fopen function is used to open a file. If you want to do any kind of operation, whether it is an input operation and an output operation, then you need to have an fopen function. Once it has been opened, so then you can do whatever operation which you want to perform. So after performing the operation, you have an fclose operation which closes a file here. Okay, so fopen is used to open a file, fclose is used to close a file. Then fputc, you know putc. What putc is doing? Putc, okay, anybody respond? What is putc will do? Is putc as an input operation, input function and an output function?
Output function, sir.
Okay, good, very good, Subramaniam. What putc is doing, Amma?
What, sir?
What putc will do?
Yes, sir.
Writes a character. Sir, it writes a character.
Yes, Amulya, it's write a character to where? It is writing a character to a screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Because it is writing a character to a screen. Now, fputc will write a character to a file. So that's why it is an output function. Okay, it is writing a character to a file. That file may be again in hard disk, the file may be another terminal, or it may be a printer. Likewise, we have getc. What getc is doing, it reads a character from the keyboard, a single character from the keyboard. Likewise, we have fgetc, which is used to read a character from a file, a single character from a file. Likewise, you have putc. What putc is doing, it is going to write a string to the terminal. Okay, console. PutS is used to write a string to a console. Here fputS is used to write a string to a file. So if you want to write a entire string to a file, you are using fputS. Likewise, you have fgetc, which is used to read a string from a file. Fgetc is used to read string from a file. Then we have fprintf. What fprintf is doing? So you know what printf is doing. Printf is an output function which is used to write the contents onto an output stream in a formatted way. Likewise, if you use fprintf, if it is used to write say formatted data to a file. Means a formatted data can be written to a file. That's what it is said here, that it is to a file what printf to a console. Printf is used to write to a console in a formatted way, the output. Likewise, the same output can be written to a file using fprintf. Likewise, we have fscanf also. It reads the formatted data from a file. So if you want to read the data in a formatted way from a file, you will be using fscanf. Okay, then fwrite. Fwrite is used to write a complete block of data to a file. So if you have a very complete block of data, like you have created a structure. Now, a structure contains more number of data here. So if you want to write the entire block of data at once to a file, you can go for fwrite there. Okay, right. Likewise, if you want to read the entire contents of a block of data from a file, then you can go for fread. So fread is used to read the complete block of data from a file. Then we have rewind. So what is this rewind? I will explain you more clearly later on. It moves the file locator to the first byte in the file here. So now, for example, now I hope everybody is observing a blinker here. Okay, so a blinker is blinking on the screen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right now, you can observe clearly blinker is blinking. So assume that the highlighted portion is a file, contents in a file. So what happens here is, whenever you open a file, there will be a pointer which will point to the first character in the file So as you are reading, for example, if you are reading the contents from a file using fputc, for example, assume that now this particular pointer will be moving from one character to another character like this. Okay, will be moving from one character to another character like this by reading one character. Okay, now it is moving, right? Now if you are using rewind, what rewind will do is it will bring this pointer to the beginning of the file like this, wherever it may be here. So if you are using rewind, so it will bring that file pointer to the beginning of the file. Got it? So likewise, fseek, you have fseek. What fseek is doing, fseek also does the same thing like rewind, but the difference here is fseek will be used to move the file locator to the specified byte. So seeks to the specified byte in a file. Specified byte in a file means, for example, if you are here, for example, if you are here at this byte, and if you want to move to here. Okay, so again I repeat, I am at here at position, see it is blinking. Now I want to bring the file pointer to here. Then if I am using rewind, rewind will bring it to the beginning there. Now to bring it to a particular byte there, you can go for fseek there. So from the current position, it may move to the particular byte, or it may move to the last, or it may move to the beginning, or it may move to a specific byte. So fseek is used for such purpose. Now ftell function. What ftell function is going to do? It tells the current position of the file pointer in terms of bytes from the beginning. So from the beginning, at which byte you are. So like I am at the 0th byte. For example, if the indexing starts with 0, I am at the 0th byte. Now if my file pointer is here, so it may be some around, it is at some 15th or 16th byte or some 20th byte here, or if I'm going here, so it may be at some 25th or 26th byte. So at which byte position? So it is going to return a long integer value which will tell the current position of the file pointer in terms of byte from the beginning. And FPOF, what is this FPOF? It is a Boolean function there. Boolean in the sense it is going to return only two values, whether true or false. Boolean is going to return two values, true or false. So FPOS returns true if the end of file is reached. See, every file will have an end of file character. You can't see that character, but every file will have an end of file character here. So it will be moving whenever I start typing. So now this file also will have an end of file character. So whenever if I start typing, so that particular character will be moving from one position there. It will be moving. Okay, so now if it reaches to the end of the file, so this character, if your current file pointer, okay, is moving to reaching to the end of file character, now it is going to return true there. And F error will be used, it returns true if an error occurs. So while reading or writing, if some error occurs, it is going to return true. Again, it is going to return a Boolean value. Okay, F flush. So already F flush is used in structures. I told you whenever you read a string, after reading a number, you use F flush. So it flushes the stream. Flushing is nothing but cleaning the stream. So if you want to clean the stream, you are going to use F flush. So more about this I will explain later on. Now remove means if you want to delete a file, if you want to completely erase a file there, you go for remove here. So these are the functions which are going to use in the function, some of the functions which are there. Now we will see one by one now. Okay, so at least we will discuss one program today and we will stop. Later on tomorrow I will conclude the remaining things here. Now first, if I talk about the file pointer, a file pointer is a structure, is points to a structure. So whenever you are going to create a file, so there will be a file pointer which points to a structure. Automatically, internally there will be a structure. Okay, so you know that the structure is a collection of data elements which need not be of same type. So there is a structure, internal structure. Whenever a file pointer is created, it points to a structure which contains the information about the file. So generally you have a file information about, generally have file information. See, for example, assume that there is a file here. So if I click on this, right click, and if I say go to the properties, so there is a lot of file information here. So I have what type of file it is, so what document it is going to open, where is the location of the file, what is the size of the file, what is the size of file on the hard disk, when it is created, when it is modified, when it is accessed, what are the attributes of that, whether it is read only, whether it is written. If you go to advanced, you have some more different kinds of properties are there. Likewise, what it is going to do here is it is also going to store hold some contents about the information about the file, like including what is the name of the file, where the current file pointer position is, okay, what is the size of the file, for what purpose you are opening the file, whether you are opening the file for reading or writing or both. All the contents will be stored in the structure and it will be pointed by the file pointer. Okay, so the syntax for creating the file pointer is file star file pointer name. So you are going to use the file pointer name. Any valid variable name can be used here for creating the file pointer. And remember, this is the second word which we have mentioned here after null. This is the second thing which we have to write only in capital letters in C language. So file should be written, to create a file pointer, the file should be written in capitals. Okay, so this is the example, star file star fp. You don't think that we have to use only fp. You can say file star Kakinada or file star Nadim also. So Nadim will be a pointer, Kakinada will be a pointer, likewise fp is also a pointer. Next, after creating the file pointer, it should point to a file. So you need to use the fopen function. This function opens a stream for use and links the file with that stream there. So it is going to open a stream for use. So whatever for the purpose which you are using, it is going to open a stream for its use and links that file with that stream. A file pointer associated with that file is then returned to the file pointer returned by the fopen there. So whatever the file pointer is there, it is returned by the fopen function. Okay, so the syntax for this is file char fopen. So constant char name, the name of the file, and for what purpose you are going to open the file. What is that? So these are two of the constants which cannot be changed during the execution of the program. Okay, so constant, the character name of the file which you want to open, and what are the mode in which you want to open. So mode specifies the purpose for which the file is in open. So for what purpose you are going to open the file. Okay, so generally you may open the file for such purpose, like you may just want to open the file for reading. So if you are mentioning R, the meaning of that is you are opening a textual file for reading. So you have two types of files here. As I told you, you have a textual file, you have a binary file. So R specifies opens a text file for reading. Likewise, you have W, which specifies creates a file for writing. So here R opens a file for reading. So if it is opening, the meaning of that is already the file is existing. The meaning of that is already the file is existing. And if you're using W, it is going to create a new file. So it is going to create new file. Now, if you're using A, appends to a text file. Appending in the sense, it is going to add the content to the end of the file there. So already the file is existing. It is going to add, if you want to add the contents to the end of the file, if you want to write the contents to the end of the file, you can go for EA there. And now if you say R plus, you're going to use R plus. The meaning of that is open a text file for reading and writing. So for both purpose, here the condition here is the file should be existing. If the file is existing, it opens a file both for reading as well as writing there. Both operations you can perform. And if it is W plus, it creates a file, text file for both reading as well as writing there. So both for reading and writing, to create a file, you are going to use W plus. And if you are using A plus F, appends or creates a file to the read and write there, for read and write. So if you're using A plus F, the meaning of that is if the file is already existing, it will open the file and you can add the contents to that file as well as you can read the contents from the file there. And if the file is not existing, what it is going to do, it is going to create a new file on which you can perform both read and write operations. Likewise, you have RB opens a binary file. So these all are for textual files. The same things for the binary files. RB is for opening a binary file for reading. W is creating a binary file for writing. AB is for appending to a binary file. R plus B is opens a binary file for read and write. W plus B is creating the binary file for read and write. And A plus B is appending or creating a binary file for read and write. So once you have mentioned that particular statement, see here. So I have created a file pointer, fp. Then fp is equals to fopen names.txt r. Names.txt r. So I have mentioned the name of the file, a text file, and I'm going to open it in an R mode. So the meaning of that is because I'm opening it in a R mode, the meaning is the file is already existing. So when it is existing, what is the first step which is performed? It is going to search for the file. It is going to search for the file. Once the file is loaded, if it is found, it is loaded into the memory. If it is loaded into the memory, okay, and fopen will set a character pointer. As I told you, it is going to set a character pointer. Like a blinker, it is going to set a character pointer to the first character in the file memory while the file is been loaded there. So it is going to create a character pointer which is used for reading the characters. Okay, it is going to set. And if suppose the file is not found, okay, if the file is not existing, what it is going to do, a null value is been returned. So fp will have a null value. So here I am checking if fp is equals to null, then I can simply say the file not found, I can exit there. I can exit. Okay, that is one. That is the way which is used to open a file. Once the file is opened, you can perform the read and write operations. I will explain you now. Now, after working on the file, you need to use fclose. Fclose is used to close a file. So simply you can say here example you can say fclose of fp. Then what is the file stream is opened, which is associated with the file. Okay, it is been closed. It's been closed. So sometimes in the program, you may open more number of files. Say for example, 10 files are opened. 10 files are open means you have to write 10 times fclose of some, for example, fp1, fp2, fp2, fp3, like that we have used the pointers. So now 10 times you need to write that. Instead of writing 10 times, if you write fclose all, so it is used all the files which have been opened in the currently, and it returns the integer value, the number of files. This is the number of screens that have currently been opened. So number of files which, screens which are closed, fclose is going to return, and it returns an EOF when the error occurs. So EOF in the sense end of file. So if any error occurs, it is going to return an error there. Okay. So once we have seen how to open a file, we have seen how to close a file. Now, after opening a file, you want to write the contents to a file. If you want to write the contents to a file, you use fputc. Fputc is used to write the character to a file. A single character, if you want to write, you can use fputc here. Okay, so the syntax is fputc int ch. In the sense, internally it is written in an ASCII value is written. That's why it is mentioned as int ch. So whatever the character is there in ch is returned to the file pointed by the file pointer. Whatever character is there in ch, it is returned to a file which is pointed by the file pointer. So once if you want to read the contents from a file, so if you want to read a single character from a file, you can use fgetc. Fgetc is going to read a character from a file, okay, and it can be displayed here. So putting all this, fopen, fclose, fputc, fgetc. So here is a program. So this is a program which we'll discuss and we'll stop today. So this is a program where we are going to read the contents from a file, and then you're going to write the contents to a file, then you're going to read the contents from a file. Okay, now see here, I'm creating a file pointer, then char ch, I'm going character ch. Now this is actually two statements written in one as a one statement. So actually I have to write it like this. Then if fp equals to null, then it has to write. So instead of that, what I can do here is I can combine those two statements, and I can write them like this. In this, what has happened here is it is trying to open a file pointer. Sorry, a file pointer is created. Fopen is going to open a file abc.txt for writing mode, and if it is unable to create, when it will be unable to create, if there is no memory or if there is some writing error problem is there, it will be unable to create. Then this fopen will return a null value. If it is null, simply we say that unable to create a file, and you are going to exit here. Okay, two statements here are being combined and are written as a single statement. Please don't get confused here. So assume that we have successfully opened a file for writing. We have successfully opened a file for writing. For example, so this is a file abc.assume that. So because you have created a file for writing, empty file is been created. Now it is waiting. It is waiting for something to be written here. Okay. So next, what I'm doing. Next time, what I'm asking the user, ch is equals to get che, read a character. So I have entered k, for example. Now ch is containing k, while ch not equals to star. So it is my perspective. that I just want to exit this loop once I enter star. So don't think why sir has written only star there. It is your wish. In whatever way you want to exit from the loop, you can use it. So in my perspective, I just want to come out of the loop by entering star. So ch is equals to get a ch k, because ch contains k not equal to star, true. K not equal to star is true. Then f put c ch comma fp. What is there in ch? Ch contains k, so k is returned to the file. K is returned to the file. Okay. For instance, no. Ch is equals to k. I have given k. So while k not equal to star, now what I am doing here is I am writing k to the file. F put c of ch. It contains k. So because it is pointed by the file pointer, k is returned to the file. Again, I am saying ch is equals to get che. So this time I am giving a. It will go back. A not equal to star, true. Again, f put c a comma fp. So now a is returned. Again, ch is equals to get ch. This time I'm giving k. Okay. Again, k not equal to star, true. Then f put c of ch comma fp. Now k is returned third time. Again, ch is equals to get ch. So I'm giving I now. So it will go back. I not equal to star, true. F put c of I comma means ifp. So I is returned. So again, ch is equals to get ch. This time n I'm giving, n is returned. A, D, A, Kakinada is written. For example, A is also written. Now this time ch is equals to get ch. Now I am giving star. It says star not equal to star, false. Star not equal to star is false. So it is false. It is going to come out of the loop. So by this time I have written something to the file here. By this time I have written something to the file. So if I say fclose of fp, then what happens here is this file is saved internally and it will be closed. The file is saved internally, it is been closed. Once it is closed, now because it is open only for the writing purpose, again I have closed it, and now what I am doing here is again I am opening the same file now for reading purpose. Again I am opening the same file for reading purpose here. Okay. So again, I am saying fp is equals to fopen abc.txt in the R mode. Reading mode, it is been opened. If it is not equal to null, then cannot open the file. So if it is equal to null, cannot open, because the file is successfully created. For example, it will come to this particular portion. Do this time when you opened again, the file pointer will be pointing to the beginning there. Because you have closed and again you have opened, the file pointer will be pointing to beginning there. Now ch is equals to fgetc of fp. So it is going to read the first character from the file k into ch. And when you say put char of ch, so ch is returned to the screen, the console there. Put char will write the character to a console. So that's why k is returned to the screen. While k not equal to eof. Eof is actually, as I told you, end of file character. So there will be end of file character at the end of the file, so which is not visible. So again it will go back. Again do. This time ch is equal to fgetc of fp. So second character is read in ch. Again I say put char of ch. So a is returned to the console and a not equal to eof. So again it will go back. Ch is equal to fgetc of fp. So k is read. Again put char of ch. So it is returned to the screen. Okay, then I, then N, then A, then D, and now put char of ch, D is returned. While D not equal to EOF, it will go back. Ch is equal to fgetc of fp. So A is read. Put char of ch, ch has been read. So A not equal to EOF. Okay, so now again ch is equal to fgetc of this time the here there will be an end of file character which is not visible. So it is actually read into ch. Now if you say put care of ch, so it is written, so it is not visible. EOF not equal to EOF false, then it is going to come out and the file will be closed. Okay, so this is the way where you can create a file by writing the contents to a file, then reading the contents from a file. Okay, so I'll stop here. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Sir,
Yes, Prasad?
int
No,
ch
sir, no.
అంటే
Amma?
ఏంటి సార్ తఫీల్?
చెప్పమ్మా.
int ch అంటే నెంబర్ ఎంటర్ చేయాలా సార్, క్యారెక్టర్ ఎంటర్ చేయాలా?
క్యారెక్టర్ ఎంటర్ చేయాలమ్మా. అది సింటాక్స్ లో ఇంటూ సిహెచ్ అని ఎందుకు ఇచ్చాడు అంటే అది ఇంటర్నల్ గా మీకు ఆస్కీ వాల్యూ రూపంలో రాసుకుంటుందని అంతే. దానికి మీరు మామూలు సిహెచ్ అనే ఇస్తారు, మరి రైటింగ్ మాత్రం అది ఇంటర్నల్ గా మీకు క్యారెక్టర్ రూపంలో రాసుకుంటుంది. ఓకే, ఎనీ మోర్ డౌట్?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so just go through the contents once again. Listen, if you have any doubt, you can come back to me tomorrow and we will discuss, and then we'll continue, because in tomorrow's class we will discuss more about how to write the strings to the file, how to write the block of data to a file, how to read the block of data from a file. All these things we will be dealing, and tomorrow I will explain you about this streams also, why the stdin is used. Okay, fine.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, ma, thank you.
Okay, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.